You know, the first time I ever hit the start streaming button on YouTube, I decided to boot up a new ROM hack my friends were telling me about called Pokémon Radical Red. It was Pokemon Fire Red, except it had Pokemon all the way up until Generation 8, stat changes to old underbaked Pokemon, new abilities, typings, and well, frankly, a few ideas that I myself would have implemented in a rebalanced Pokemon game. Go check out my Rebalancing Pokemon series if you're into that type of thing. The one other thing about Radical Red was that it was really difficult. We were playing a hardcore Nuzlocke and made it all the way to Elite Four Lance, only for everything to fall apart.
There's no way in this world that this doesn't kill. We're base 140. It's gonna kill. What?
I decided to step back from Radical Red for a bit after this, promising that when I hit 5,000 subscribers that I'd return to the game for my 5th attempt. And a little over a year later, lo and behold, Radical Red had changed a lot in this time, including bug fixes, the option to choose any of the 24 starters, as well as added a hardcore mode, which made the game even harder than it was back when I first played it. Which of course, is why we're here today. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. I make videos about lots of stuff related to video games and Nintendo, but mostly Pikmin and Pokemon. Anyways, without further ado, this is the Pokemon Radical Red Hardcore Experience. Which region would I like my starters to be? Are there any huge differences that will matter? Or are we just nitpicking?
So right off the rip, we get the opportunity to pick any of the 24 starters that exist at this point in time. Keep in mind, I'm recording this before the release of Scarlet and Violet. Now, normally, this would be where I would pick the most optimal starter, which enthusiasts of Radical Red Hardcore mode would probably consider to be one of these. But being that I'm in the content business,
you know what we gotta do. you know what we gotta do, right? Let's see who it's gonna be, folks. Okay, Rowlet out with an early lead. Oh, Torchic and Mudkip kind of round in the bowl a little bit. Chikorita not too far behind. The Mudkip got stopped. Mudkip's down. It's looking like it's gonna... Oh, Scorbunny too. Wait a minute. It's so tense. Oh, it's Scorbunny.
Unfortunately, I have a point redemption in my chat that lets anyone nickname a Pokemon. And well...
I hate the fact that we're naming this thing Woman Man, but honestly, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, if there's a nickname during this video that doesn't make a ton of sense, chances are it's something my chat decided on. Unlike the last time we played through Radical Red, where we spent literally dozens of hours thieving lucky eggs from Pelipper's just to earn enough money to juice our Pokemon's DNA a little bit, they added a feature called a minimum grinding mode, which gives all Pokemon perfect IVs, takes out EVs from the game entirely, and lets you alter your Pokemon natures free of charge. It also gives your character all of the thievable items upon completion of a given area.
Oh, he gives you all of it. Holy crap, wait.
This saves us a ton of time over the course of a run, since it cuts out EV training, level grinding, and money farming, and really lets us get to the meat and potatoes of the game, the battling. Radical Red adds a ton of boss fights to the game, and Hardcore mode adds even more by making almost every route house a boss trainer. Now, these trainers don't look like much on the surface with their generic sprites and their not so special placement on routes. But don't be fooled, because these trainers, well, they want you dead. After defeating Brendan in Viridian Forest, oh yeah, Brendan's arrival in this game, and this first battle with him is surprisingly tame, comes the first of these route bosses, Bug Catcher Sammy.
Sammy, this one's for you.
Depending on the 6 Pokemon you can have at this point in time, Sammy can be an absolute nightmare. Luckily, this first run, we're able to scrounge together a good enough team where Sammy wasn't an issue.
Beautiful. Sammy ain't got nothing on us.
In Pewter City, you can purchase a Pokemon egg from this old man for $5,000. This egg has the chance to hatch into almost anything, and adds a really fun RNG element to a run that can make or break the attempt.
I mean, you know, it's alright.
After the egg comes Falkner. And yeah, if you include the optional rival fight on Route 22, this makes 4 boss fights before we even get a chance to take on Brock. Falkner's usually not so bad, but like Sammy, he can be a real pain if you don't get decent encounters. His Rufflet hits unbelievably hard, His Emolga can whittle your team down, and if you don't do your homework, his Farfetch can be a real problem too.
Wait, why? What? No, what? That makes no sense. Dude, even if it's positive speed nature, it still doesn't outspeed us. Does the leak do something? Does the leak, like, increase speed or something like that in Radical Red? Like, ha! It does! Leak, stick, Farfetched, +1 crit ratio, and 1.5 times speed. What the fuck?
2 Pokemon down, and finally we get to Brock, and he pulls out all of the stops.
It's gonna be so much fun, guys. Ready?
A Sandstream Hippopotas, a nasty duo of Sandrushers in Sandshrew and Cacnea, a buffed Archon, a Lunatone, and this fucking thing. More on that later. With some difficulty and the executive decision to sack my Mightyena to minimize damage to my team, we nab the first badge. Last Janus is the route boss on Route 3, who, also wielding a Light Ball Pikachu, gets the opportunity to kill my own Pikachu I was so excited to use with her Oricorio.
Effective Light Ball. Oh my god, it didn't kill Pikachu. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
4 Pokemon dead approaching Mount Moon, we pick up the guaranteed Magikarp from the most generous salesman of all time and immediately evolve it into a Gyarados, who despite not having a moveset, proves invaluable with its access to Intimidate. Now it's time to get my Mount Moon encounter. I'm pretty happy with my team overall, but since every little detail matters in Radical Red Hardcore mode, I want to maximize the value I get from this next encounter.
It looks like I should delay until bottom floor 2 looks like the better set of encounters.
I choose to roll from the encounter table on the bottom 2nd floor, as I think that has the best chance to give me something that complements my team. Little did I know that in this dark and twisted game called Radical Red Hardcore, where everything wants you dead, this one Pokemon would become a symbol, an icon, and a beacon of hope for the runs to come.
Next Pokemon's feet? Okay, fine. I'm sorry. It's a point redemption.
The route boss in Mount Moon is Super Nerd Miguel, and while I think I have my strategy buttoned up for him, I'm in for a rude awakening.
Now we want him to click Fake Out. It's a double battle?
We scoop up the Helix fossil because put some respect on his name, and start prepping for the final battle before Cerulean City, being Rocket Admin Archer. This battle can go pretty badly, but some smart pivoting with Gyarados and another clutch appearance by Feet nets us access to Cerulean with no problems. Cerulean gives you access to another egg, which can be a Wonder Egg, like the one in Pewter, where we got... Right, I almost forgot considering how useless it's been, or a Hisuian Egg, which can give a Pokemon guaranteed to evolve into one of the new Hisuian Pokemon from Pokemon Arceus Legends.
Some of them are broken. Like Goodra, Hisuian Goodra's busted. There's no Hisuian Pokemon that's like outright bad though.
We opt to go the Hisuian route, since overall, most Hisuian Pokemon are at least usable, and hatch this thing, who's absolutely adorable. Here's hoping we can keep it alive long enough to make it to Ursaluna. There are a few more boss battles we take on prior to fighting Misty. First, the rival fight on Nugget Bridge. This battle can absolutely go wrong, as depending on what type of starter you choose, both Wartortle and Ivysaur have a chance to get out of hand with setup. In addition, his Clefable is always a major problem with its coverage and Life Orb. Trainers in Radical Red Hardcore consistently get access to items and moves that you, the player, may not have access to for most of the game, or at all. Like this Eevee, that's carrying an Eevinium Z.
This is an insane animation also. Eevee. Chill out, bro. It's all sharply. Oh, I thought it was just... I didn't realize it was +2 and everything. It should be dead. Cool. After all of that, it just died to poison.
Regardless, we make it past our rival with no issues, and we move on to tackle the Nugget Bridge Team Rocket Grunt and his insane team. We end up getting raided by Dexa, another serial Pokemon Nuzlocke, during this battle.
How's it going, all? Welcome, welcome. Welcome on in.
And I get the chance to show off my feet to a much better Nuzlocke than myself.
Let's go, Feet. Feet's huge, bro. No Eviolite necessary. Carkol is massive.
Now at this point, we don't have to do this next battle, but I want access to the next couple of encounters prior to building for Misty. This means we have to take on the Dig House Grunt, whose Raticate is one of the meanest enemy Pokemon I've ever come to familiarize myself with. Unfortunately, we don't catch anything that will help us with Misty on the next couple of routes, and begin to team build to go against her absurdly strong team. Misty has a rain team, and since there are no abilities to reset weather, and all of the weather moves are banned, it's just something we just have to deal with.
Oh no, it's raining! Ah! What do we do?
There are a few tried and true strategies to dealing with certain threats of hers, like Specially Defensive Lantern and Dry Skin Parasect. And with the power of our own bulky water types, we net ourselves a Deathless Misty as well.
Alright, nice. Good Misty.
For a first try, I'd say that I've been doing pretty well. We haven't had a death since before Mount Moon, and none of our super vital Pokemon are the ones who've went down either. The level cap increases to 36, and we're able to evolve many of our mid-stage evolutions into their final forms, including our starter, that crappy Rolls we got from the Pewter Egg, and of course, Feet.
34. Look at Feet! Look at his feet!
This run has me feeling optimistic for what's to come. The next major battle in this run is with Camper Jeff, right before we get access to Vermilion City.
Erica, oh god, it's Jeff! Hef versus Jeff. Who will come out on top?
I cannot begin to describe how major of a battle this is in the grand scheme of things. Jeff is a prodigy of a battler. I cannot figure out how his AI works in the slightest. This battle is a double battle, and everything Jeff brings to the table has the chance to be a major threat, specifically his leads of Ambipom and Galarian Mr. Mime.
Freeze dry fake out. Nice. Burn. Burn. No. Psyshock. Who? Why? What? That makes no goddamn sense at all.
There's some weird decision making that the AI does when it comes to using the move Freeze Dry, and because of this, Jeff always has a chance to go horrendously wrong from turn 1. At this point in the game, you really don't have access to Pokemon that are able to kill either of these leads in one hit, and since Ambipom has a huge speed stat and access to Fake Out, one of your leads is going to be useless almost every time. This is a battle where Feet really comes to play, since besides Mr. Mime, Jeff has all physical attackers.
Oh boy. There's the Flame Body. That's what I wanted. There's the Fake Out. Ow. Hey, what the? Burn! 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 Let's go, Feet! Yeah. My boy! I love that thing. I hate that that's my favorite Pokemon in this run so far. Let's go. Great battle. Good battle.
3 more burn procs and some serious pivoting later, we make it past Jeff and board the SS Anne.
All right, let's try not to get bodied. I don't know if I did all of the preparation necessary, but we're going to find out.
There's a couple of double battles here which can prove to be incredibly hard to deal with, without the right strategy or encounters. If you're playing through Radical Red yourself, I strongly suggest looking up what the pledge moves do in double battles, otherwise you'll end up as confused and as frustrated as I was.
Samurai? Wait, I'm sorry, what? A swamp enveloped my team? I don't know what that means. How does this even work? What was that? It doesn't even tell you the correct thing that they do. That's the part that's freaking me out. Magma Storm. Excuse you. I'm just going to send it and hopefully things don't go wrong. Nice. How? How are you faster? I don't understand, man. I don't know. We lived. Except but it's still going on. This is still happening. What is this bullshit? What is this battle?
Then, just as we're almost out of it...
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, well, all right. The rolls go from 25 to 30, and we had 38 HP. So we were in the clear.
Sometimes, even when you play as optimally as you can, the game still finds a way to pull one over on you. I pick myself up, deal with the second double battle, and move on to Brendan in the SS Anne. Now, this battle isn't bad at all, but I make a critical error here, and assume Gardevoir is going to Moonblast, and instead Psychics. This puts us in a position where something has to die, and I choose my own Gardevoir to take the fall, knowing I have a Hatterene in my box.
Very cool. We didn't have an answer to Brendan's Gardevoir. We didn't have a single Pokemon that was going to be able to stand up to that thing.
Lieutenant Surge's gym. As always, it's never the gym leaders that are going to put the real hurt on, but the random boss trainers with insane team synergy that the game decides to throw at you. Gentleman Tucker is one of those trainers. I'm pretty sure I exhausted my brain power trying to figure out what was going on in those past double battle fights that I got soft. My prep work for this battle was a little shoddy, and in Radical Red Hardcore, there is no room for error. I accidentally clicked Spore trying to get around this Pikachu, and forgetting I had already put Alakazam to sleep and Tucker had switched him out, I find myself in a position where I have no Pokemon healthy enough to take on the combination of Pikachu and Swanna. Attempt 1 dies right here, in Vermilion City to Gentleman Tucker.
We didn't need to wipe there. We could have got out of there with maybe 2 or 3 alive Pokemon. That wasn't going to happen. Yeah, RIP for attempt number 1. Exactly.
For a first attempt, this wasn't so bad. But there's just one small thing I have to tell you guys. This would be the furthest we get for a very long time.
Marbles for the next starter. You know it. No, be optimal with it. Shut up, Calculus Nuzlockers. Calculus Nuzlockers in chat, stop it. We play for content.
On our next run, we start with Charmander. We get an insane set of encounters with Galarian Meowth, another Mightyena, and a Ledian, but Sammy's Nightmare of a Dustox is able to whittle my team down enough with Toxics and Confusion, where Volbeat is just able to clean up.
How did this go to shit so fast? I hate to say it's a reset. It might be. Dude, that Dustox, it was so mean. The confusions that it got with the Psybeams, bro. Oh my. Sammy's such a dick.
Attempt 3, things were going good. Torchic is the starter, another Pikachu in Viridian, but due to some poor decision making, Meryl ends up dying to Brendan's Numel in Viridian Forest.
Pretty sure Baby Boy comes in, eats everything, and Aqua Jet will kill. Oh no! That's probably a reset, huh?
Attempt 4, we start with Squirtle, and everything is fine and dandy until Mightyena gets hit by a critical hit Aerial Ace from Rufflet on the one turn it needed to not get crit. Noticing a familiar trend? We plan on only for Brock's Lileep to survive this bug bite with 1 HP.
This should be a guaranteed kill every single day of the week. Oh, it's not. It's fine. It's Mightyena crit into Lileep Blaze Blacking us. It's fine, guys. It's fine. We only got the lowest roll of all time.
Attempt number 5, we roll Charmander again, but I get ahead of myself and try to go for Viridian's encounter prior to stocking up on Pokeballs. This proved to be problematic.
How many times can we miss Supersonic? It'll die to every single move that I click, without fail. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on, Scraggy. More confusion. Get in the ball! No! Okay, well, we're restarting.
What a short-lived run, but that means more marbles. Attempt 6 starts nicely, with a Turtwig who has the ability Self-Sufficient. This is basically just leftovers, included in an ability. Great encounters, we get Mightyena, Meryl, Tentacool, Ghastly, this thing, who I politely name Hot Garbage, and also...
Ooh. Feet, let's go, feet. Let's go.
Flawless run. We're firing on all cylinders. Super Nerd Miguel. Archer. No problem. Nugget Bridge Rival. Easy. We get to the Raticate Trainer, and...
I have 13 Willows, so I can just keep clicking it. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean it!
I mash a little too hard and suffer our first death.
Oh my god, our ghost type, dude.
We pick up the pieces, beat Misty with the help of a literal goat, and move on to my real nemesis of the game, Camper Jeff. I assume Jeff will want to click Fake Out on the fastest mod on my side of the field, Floatzel, which is one of the only Pokemon available at this point who's able to outspeed Ambipom, and Mightyena will be able to clean up Mr. Mime after Fake Out damage. Instead, this happens.
Fake Out Mr. Mime. Ice Body? Wait, I'm sorry. Oh god, that was the worst first turn. Okay, now we're in panic mode. That's good. No, this is good. This is probably fighting move, as well as maybe freeze dry.
Now you'd think that since Floatzel is a frail water type, The next turn, this Mr. Mime will want to freeze dry to kill, and Ambipom will want to arm thrust my dark type. Well, like I mentioned previously, Camper Jeff is a prodigy.
No, it's not. 2 intims, arm thrust, crit. Why? Why? You have the water type right there. Why would you do that? That made no sense at all.
From here, I try and play as carefully as possible to get out of this battle, now steering from our original plan, looking to minimize the damage. Feet, as per usual, absolutely carries and procs Flame Body 3 times.
Yes, feet. Let's go, feet. Get the burn, feet. Do it. I love this thing, bro. I love this Colossal.
But deeper in the battle, in a toss-up situation as to what moves Jeff will go for, I opt to send in Floatzel to eat a couple of moves. Unfortunately, Boltund decides to Thunderfang that slot, killing our fast boy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow. That was ugly. That was really ugly.
I end the stream for the night, beating the pledge battle with no deaths, excited to PB the next day. Of course, this is all setting up a joke where I wipe to the very first battle we fight the next time, all because of some bad rolls and...
God, bro, what? How did that happen? How? I literally just calced it. God damn it, dude. That's such a good Pokemon down the drain. Doesn't this thing have to switch as well? I'm totally missing something here. Surf shouldn't kill us, but we should be able to switch out freely now. Right? Isn't that how emergency exit works? Is Golisopod not going to switch out, bro? How does emergency exit work? Does it not work?
For some reason, Golisopod's emergency exit doesn't proc here. If anyone watching this knows what the hell happened here, please leave a comment letting me know, since after researching and checking Radical Red forums, I could not figure it out.
I mean, I'm tilted. I'm playing tilted. Lantern's dead anyway, so it's a reset. How did that happen so quickly? That was the only battle of the stream. Ugh.
To push me even further, during our next round of marbles.
Strong. Oh, it's the spinny thing of death. Ditch the starter. Please don't be ditch the starter. My mental can't take it if it's ditch the starter. No. No! Ditch the starter is we get one less encounter. Did Squirtle win marbles? You know, Squirtle didn't. But this thing sure did. It's literally Clamperl, too. It's literally not even Meryl. It's not even the 70% Meryl. Heike, we're wiping a Sammy. What are the... Hold on. Oh, I thought this was 100% Tentacool.
With almost the worst set of encounters imaginable, I decide to press onward, pretty much solely for content. We beat Brendan, and this brings us to Lass Ann. Who? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Lass Ann, since she's never, ever been a problem. But she has 3 Pokemon who all know Metronome, so obviously, anything can happen.
Power-up punch, excuse you?
Yeah, anything can happen. Attempt 7 was so cursed.
Stab, Light of Ruin, you know, that will do it, actually.
Attempt 8 ends up looking like a pretty good run. We get most of the consistent early game Pokemon like Tentacruel, Marill, Kricketot, and Psyduck, and even find a newfound value in Meowstic, Pancham, and Pawniard. We enter the Misty fight without a single dead Pokemon.
That's not wipe. Does that sound good? Drizzle here?
But being that this is Radical Red Hardcore, one small oversight can make all of the difference.
I pivot. Oh no, wait. Oh, Lantern doesn't have Volt Absorb. Okay, well this is going to take a chunk out of me. I completely forgot we don't have Volt Absorb. Regardless, it's Psyshock now, so Tobeans comes in. And that's fine. Psyshock, easy. We do have Sucker here. So that's just what we do. We just go, yeah. Oh, you didn't die? I guess I didn't calc it. Why do I do this? I open up the stream and I just think things are gonna work. It takes me like half an hour or like 45 minutes to like set into, oh, right, we're playing Radical Red, take your time. This was our answer to Ludicolo. That's the big problem here, is because of two simple mistakes, not calculating Sucker Punch and not having Volt Absorb, everything got thrown out of whack. So it's actually just kind of GG, unfortunately. You guys like marbles? I like marbles.
I'll admit, the Volt Absorb thing was my bad, but that's all it takes to put an end to a deathless, overall solid run.
It's Grookey, baby. It's the Grookey run.
Attempt 9, we get Grookey, who despite not having access to grassy terrain, is a Pokemon that gets some great moves early on, like Fake Out and Drain Punch. At this point, we've become all too familiar with the early game. If we get the right encounters, then everything usually falls into place until Archer, who can be the first major hurdle with his Solrock and Fearow. No deaths though, and we even made it past Nugget Bridge to get right back to Misty, and this time, I want revenge. We go for another Sucker Punch, only this time we make sure
Sucker in the... Now hold on, I thought that was impossible.
That's fine. Mightyena isn't the worst loss in the world, and we still have Skuntank to handle Ludicolo, right?
That was a crit, okay. I clicked Poison Tail and a crit again. He got second crit. We lived that too.
It does not feel good to lose to an Oversight. Get back up to where you lost perfectly, and then lose to something out of your control like critical hits.
Man, that's annoying as hell that we got crit so many times, huh? Ludicolo really did it to us, didn't he? Oh.
Attempt 10 is a Piplup start, which sounds good on paper, but when you add in encounters like G-Rattata, Clamperl, Burmy, and Luxio, you're just asking to get wiped to Sammy. Which is exactly what happened.
We're just running out of... I just can't do anything, man. I have to stall out all of the Protects and all of the Roosts, and I can't do that if my Dark type is poisoned.
Attempt 11 is a Rowlet run.
Would I like to give my Rowlet the Hisuian potential? Yes.
And well...
Junior, no. Oh, he's faster than me. Okay, well, this has been a fun night, everybody.
Attempt 12, we get a great starter in Chimchar, who allows us to get to Pewter and pass Sammy with no problem. Then, this happens.
But we're going to get the best egg ever. It's not going to be a Drowsy. It's not going to be an Esper. This is going to be a Cosmog. This is the run we get Cosmog, baby. Holy shit. That's almost as good. Okay, I didn't know we could get a Poipole from an egg.
Dubbed the Poipole run, I was determined that this one needed to go the distance.
Is this Lileep really going to wipe us? He's literally at +3 now. So close. Oh my god, he's stockpiled like a fraud. Hold on. No way. No way he threw. Woo! And there's the crit. Ninjask, baby. Believe it. We're going to Misty. Just kidding. We're going to Super Nerd Miguel. And then we're going to Archer. And then Rival 1. And then Nugget Bridge Rocket Grunt. And then Dig Grunt. But then Misty!
Despite losing our Galarian Linoon at Brock, we have a number of great encounters in Alolan Diglett, Stunky, Alolan Grimer, and Illumise, as well as the staple Marill, Psyduck, and Tentacool. Then, it's the Dighouse Grunt, who as per usual wants to kill something no matter the cost.
-2, so it should switch here. There it is. It gets the Burn Orb on the switch. Bro, I did not think that was going to happen. Oh, this is not good. This is not where we wanted to be here, unfortunately. Don't be Facade. Don't be Facade. Don't be Facade. It's going to be Facade, isn't it? Because it knows we have Gara. We would have lived that. It's that way, guys. It's just that way.
In order to get out of the fight, we end up losing Mightyena as well. Our team looks really bad for Misty at this point. We decide to pick up the gift Eevee that's in the daycare and plan on evolving it into a Leafeon.
Oh, no, I was hitting B. I was mashing the B button. You better have Pixelate too. It better not be Q-Charm.
Oh, you have Q-Charm.
I mean, Sylveon's a good Pokemon, but I literally meant to get Leafeon. Why?
This was not what I wanted. So I conspired with my chat, trying to figure out the best way to correct this. Finally, after some research, I ended up on an action replay code that could guarantee whatever encounter I wanted. This came with some unintended consequences.
You have Bullet Seed? No, it's not supposed to learn Bullet Seed. And
I was not about to let this weirdness deter me from what I really wanted.
This thing has... It has Morello's moveset. I'm making everything legitimate, okay? It's so scuffed, it's not even funny. Even though it ends up the same in the very end, like, it's so scuffed. This is our Eevee. This is our Eevee, guys.
And Leafeon had received a number of buffs in Radical Red that made it an awesome Pokemon to add to the team. Despite not having a good matchup into Misty, we're able to steer thanks to a number of paralysis procs from our Lantern, and once again we make our way towards Vermilion.
Today, I'm all business for Radical Red, okay? I'm not willing to log into the stream and have Camper Jeff absolutely my life, okay? I am taking it slow, methodical, cold, and calculated.
After an entire hour of prep, we finally get to Jeff, and
Jeff? I swear to God, bro. Don't do it to me. Knock on the mime. Detect on un pheasant. F you. This is what I don't understand. It's super effective on the flying type. It's freeze dry AI. And because we have the black glasses and not the citrus berry, we're now in more danger too. Honestly, at this point, you're right. I just drill peck Mr. Mime. And I just hope Unpheasant gets a crit. It was a crit. That's helpful. Okay. Oh, it's got a Chople Berry. Well, no kidding. Flare Blitz and Close Combat do the same amount of damage, and they both don't kill Ambipom. Ambipom probably targets Infernape, right? Yeah. Get another crit for me, did start. A little whack, but we'll take it. As soon as Mime's gone, the AI is predictable again, which is so much nicer. Do I think Boltun's going to go for Infernape or Tentacruel? It's going to see a kill on both. Regardless, I'm going to risk Tentacruel. I'm going to click Flip Turn on Berserker, and I'm going to go Nika into Fish Fatty here. It's all about what Boltund decides. F you. This run was perfect, but Gyarados got crit, and that made everything wrong.
There were a number of things that went sideways in that battle. And as usual, Jeff is an enigma with what Pokemon he decides to target with what move. Our dream of one day evolving our Poipole was crushed.
I feel like I did the best I could. I did the best I could with what I had. Without an Intimidate user, that wasn't Growlithe. That was the Poipole run.
But there's some good news here. We get to play marbles.
It is a Snivy start, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course, for lucky run number 13, we once again start with Snivy, who I must reiterate to you all, is probably the worst starter for this game. As usual, we've gotten really good at dealing with the early game bosses, bar any crits, but at Misty, we suffer our first few deaths due to me literally not caring about Servine.
It's fine, I don't care at all. I literally don't care at all.
And a really awfully timed crit on our Boltund.
Even some crits don't kill us. Some crits. If this crit kills us, I end stream. Most of those crit rolls didn't kill us. Whenever a damage rolls generated. It's 16 different values. There were 5 of those values that did anywhere from 58 to 61. Only 5 out of 16 of those values would kill us if it crit. Otherwise, we eat it, we T-Fang, we win the battle, easy. Only Sneck's dead. Now, what this means is believe it comes through, clicks Bug Bite, doesn't kill, and we lose the run. Actually, that's not true at all. We just click Quick Attack, and then we click Drill Peck, and then we click Drill Peck again and get a crit, and that's over.
And now we're on to the real hurdle of the attempt. Camper Jeff, this goddamn psychopathic 5th grader. I swear, even when things go right against Jeff, they can go very, very wrong.
I don't know. I feel like Ben Shapiro dies here if I don't do anything. Intim. Tail slaps fine. You know, I'm tired of getting crit. I've gotten crit so many times this run. I don't know what to do. Guys, why do I play this? Why does Camper Jeff do... I'm done. I'm done. That's the... How many times does Gyarados need to die to a crit? It's a regular ass Meowth. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for...
Attempt 14, I ran from my first encounter. I don't feel like running Binnacle Rowlet, so we're going back to Marbles. Attempt 15. We get Bulbasaur, and as we fish in Pallet Town, hoping to get a Tentacool...
That's the first encounter, boys. I mean, this is the first encounter.
Despite an awesome start and a great Pewter Egg in Oshawott, Brock has a Lileep, and without anything super effective, it put in enough work on us where Lunatone and Sandshrew were able to clean up. Attempt 16, we get a Mudkip. Finally, some decent starter luck. We surprisingly make it past Sammy despite having some of the worst type diversity I've ever had in a run, having 2 grass types and 4 water types. This gave us an upper hand versus Brock, but Super Nerd Miguel in Mount Moon actually gets one over on us and wipes us for the first time. Our team's power level was pretty poor, and with all physical attackers and no answer to Sableye's Will-O-Wisps, we were slowly just whittled down.
Nah, we weren't making it out. We had too many grass weeks. So many water types, bro. Oh my god.
Attempt 17, we start with Oshawott, and...
Oh. My game is frozen. Hey everyone, I have an idea. I have a great idea, actually. It's called... I'm gonna end stream. Bad encounters tonight. Not a single Pooch in sight, not a single Cricketune. We got a Binnacle that one run. Ugh.
Attempt 18, we would start with Cyndaquil.
Look, he is flat on his butt, just like me in this here chair.
But would go on to lose, once again, to Super Nerd Miguel.
Foul play, and we restart.
I guess this is just our life now.
2 wipes in a row to Miguel, man.
Attempt 19, we get one of the goats in Froakie, and a really odd set of encounters, with Binnacle, Numel, Pumpkaboo, Fletchling, and Mareep.
Our encounters this run ain't so good. Actually, our encounters this run, high-key, terrible.
Mount Moon finally cuts us a break and blesses us with an all-time MVP in Feet.
Creating content, it's insane. All right, show me him. Let's go! Let's go! Our boy!
Things are starting to look up for the first time since the Poipole run. I'm reaching deep into my bag of tricks. I even pre-damaged my Frogadier in order to net a one-shot on Archer's Soul Rock by abusing the boost from Torrent. Archer then pursuit traps my Frogadier with his Fearow, and I'm sad.
That feels so bad! Oh my god, that feels so bad. Get the burn, yo. Feet is the absolute goat. Oh my god, Feet! There's the T-Fang. There's the Flame Body. That's what we have Feet around for, baby. Ivy. There's the burn. The crit burn. I love this Pokemon. Burn. There it is.
Nugget Bridge rival down. The Grunt's taken care of, and we find a Pokemon that is so instrumental towards the success of many Radical Red hardcore attempts. Cottony. This is the first time we've gotten Cottony on this route, despite it being a 20% chance. And Cottony is so good because of its access to pivoting, its prankster ability, access to Encore on top of its fairy typing. This thing can make or break so many later game battles and is a major player in the meta of the game. We have a great team for Misty, and we're able to clutch out a win pretty easily, all things considered. Now, it's once again time for Jeff. We have 3 Intimidate Pokemon this run in Staraptor, Mightyena, and Gyarados, as well as our major Jeff counter in Feet.
Good start. It actually did what we wanted it to. No kidding. Yes. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Jeff.
Finally, back in Vermilion with a great set of encounters. It has been weeks since I've had anything look remotely as good as this. And it's not really a punchline this time. I'm given an insider tip by my chat that lets me know that the SSN double battles will not challenge me if I only have one Pokemon in my party. And since I can access the PC from anywhere, this means that me and my bunny are just going to walk right past you. Suck on that. I don't feel bad. I just want to get back to Tucker. Brendan in the SSN goes all according to plan. See, I told you this battle wasn't actually that hard, and we once again get to step foot inside of Lieutenant Surge's gym to face down the man who ended my first attempt.
All right. This is for our PB, folks. Our PB right now.
The trick to Gentleman Tucker is to not let your electric type get trapped by his Doug trio, so you always have to play a turn ahead. While overall, Barbaracle is a worse encounter than Tentacruel, it does get access to Tough Claw's boosted Aqua Jet and Accelerock. This lets us kill the Swanna and gives us a really good chance to kill the Doug trio that comes in after.
Damn you, game. 63% chance to kill. All right. Gentleman Tucker, we PB'd, folks, but it only cost us our Barbaracle, which is really sad.
For the first time, we get to take on Lieutenant Surge, who I believe we have spec'd out to a T. I'm dialed into everything, and I have some of the best checks available for his Rotom and Mega Ampharos. Things are going great until he decides to switch to Hitmonlee at a fairly random point in the battle.
Earth Power. Oh, he withdrew. That's not what I expected. Okay. Now I'm a little concerned.
This sets me back in my strategy and causes both Mightyena and Shiinotic to die trying to take down his Electivire. Regardless, 2 fine losses that net us the 3rd gym badge. And finally, for the first time, we are Celadon City bound. For those of you unfamiliar with Radical Red, Celadon is a goldmine for encounters and good items. You get access to fossils, every type of starter egg, a gift Pikachu, another Eevee, which we won't be using, and after Erica, the Game Corner, which sells pseudo-legendaries and important TMs that'll come in handy for the rest of the run. Obviously, there are still some boss trainers that need to be taken care of. And while they're no easier than Jeff or the Dig House Rocket Grunt, the major difference is that most of our Pokemon are fully evolved at this point, and we have plenty of options to build with. The Picnicker Gauntlet consists of Alicia, Caitlyn, and Dana. This split is where another mainstay of Radical Red hardcore runs finally gets to come into play. Jellicent. Jellicent is super valuable with access to Water Spout, huge bulk, a few immunities in water, normal, and fighting, and access to Will-O-Wisp to cripple physical attackers. This Pokemon is like a Gorilla Glue with how much it holds runs together. It's insane. Alicia's not really a problem for us, and Caitlyn's team of assist users proves to be walled to hell and backed by Jellicent. In Rock Tunnel, however, Dana proves to be much scarier than the two.
Oh my god, she did switch turn 1. Is this Rampardos? Oh boy, that makes it complicated.
With a little bit of steering, we're able to make it out of Rock Tunnel to come face to face with Pokemaniac Herman. Pokemaniac Herman was a bona fide Sun team, and is a known run killer in the Radical Red community. On top of his Sun Sweepers, he has a Sylveon who has the chance to do this.
Okay, Pixelate. Am I missing something? Do I not know how Misty Explosion works? Special Defense Haft? Well, that's what I'm missing, is they changed how Misty Explosion worked. Whatever. It's fine. I'll only... Radical Red, bro. Gotta be Radical Red, man.
Still no deaths to Herman, our last deaths being Mighty Aina and Shynotic to Lieutenant Surge. Super Nerd Aiden, another double battle that can get absolutely out of hand.
Fake out Lucario, Brave Bird, Tsarina. I'm a fraud.
I forget about Queenly Majesty for a second, and that extra damage on Meowstic is going to make things a little bit more complicated. All is well until...
CC? Interesting. It's a crit? Come on! This battle got way, way harder. Oh my god! This is my water absorb user too. This was the answer for when it targeted stuff with Hydro Pump. That Quagsire lived all of half an hour.
Despite this major setback, with a really clutch burn, we're able to get by without any more losses.
We made it, boys. Celadon bound. Woo!
We've made it to the promised land. Encounters all over the place. So many starters and a sigh of relief, all before we take on the 4th gym leader, Erica. So if Brock had a sand team, Misty had a rain team, and Lieutenant Surge had an electric terrain team, I wonder what the grass type gym leader has. Trick question. Yeah, this battle is hard, and all of the battles are hard, but between the hazards, her Mega Sceptile, her Grassy Seed Hawlucha, her Swords Dance Kartana, and trying desperately to fit an answer to every one of her Pokemon on your team, this battle is really difficult to get out of completely unscathed. We were lucky to have some great answers to her team in Chestnut, Staraptor, and specifically Talonflame, but we were put into this position almost off the get-go.
+2 cut kills us right now. Alright. We still died a +2 cut, unfortunately.
Chestnut was one of my favorite Pokemon from our original Radical Red playthrough, and to watch it die almost as soon as I got it was not easy.
I'm so sorry. This is not how I wanted you to go. That wasn't it, folks.
We end up losing Staraptor to her Hawlucha in an attempt to generate more momentum and make it out of the battle. We barely scrape out a win thanks to the combined efforts of Feet and our Talonflame, who is proving to be a pivotal Pokemon to a lot of these mid-game battles. Completely transparently, we got absurdly lucky at the tail end of this battle. Talonflame dodged 2 Thunder Waves and netted a crit Brave Bird to seal the victory.
What is this? I'm sorry? You're gonna give me an egg?
We now get another egg, but this time for a Savinian form of a Pokemon. Oh wait, you don't know what that is? It's essentially Fakemon forms of a few dozen Pokemon. All of them are super cool and really inspired, and I have to give credit to Supercell. While I don't usually like Fakemon in my games, these are a nice addition that don't feel like too much. We take the rest of the stream to level up our team to the new cap of 47 and purchase every single TM from the game corner. Finally, for the first time we get to choose what Pokemon to get from the game corner. Oh, did I say choose?
Is it really going to be Dratini? It's really going to be Dratini. Okay. I mean, it's a dragon type. We didn't have a dragon type previously, and, you know, dragon flying's pretty good if there's not, like, defensively. You know, it's a good grass type check. And, you know, it could be worse. It's still a Dragonite. It's still a Dragonite.
We open up next stream with the first goal being to take on Bugsy, who gifts us the TM for U-turn. Oh yeah, this in the bottom left corner, I have a redemption where I let viewers choose an image or GIF to be put on behind me on a green screen.
It's gonna be, that's gonna be it, okay? This is it. It's, the eyes are something, man. All right, let's do Bugsy.
I truly believe this is what causes me to have a serious lapse in judgment. This battle starts out really weird. I expect to bait a U-turn, and instead he sets rocks. Then he goes into Vikavolt, and I even say that he's going to click Energy Ball.
Stink. Oh, it's Vikavolt. Oh, really, really awkward. Really, really awkward. Okay. This is Energy Ball for sure. Yeah, this is really weird. Okay. Wait. This is not what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to pivot. I don't know what I was thinking. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I literally said it too. I go, this is going to be energy ball for sure. And then without even thinking about it, I went directly into Rhyperior. I was supposed to pivot through Gera to Beta Volt switch and then go to Rhyperior. But instead, I absentmindedly, straight up, go into Rhyperior, who gets eaten alive by an energy ball. It's all over. Rhyperior was made specifically to deal with every single one of Bugsy's Pokemon with a wide lens Stone Edge. It killed Vikavolt, Araquanid, Scyther, and Cleaver with no resistance. Without him, Bugsy's able to clean us up and ends our furthest run. Ha! You gotta love it. Yeah, we wiped. We wiped because I'm bad. I don't know how that happened. My brain like misfired, man. Like seriously. Out of all of our wipes, this one hurt the most, since I know it was entirely my own fault. Radical Red broke me down, and one lapse in judgment caused us to fire up attempt 20, where we get some of the most ridiculously broken encounters I've ever had in this game. On top of getting all the staples in Marill, Psyduck, Tentacool, and Poochyena, we get another shot with a Lopunny, catch a Numel for the second run in a row, and hatch a Galarian Darumaka from the egg and pewter. Oh, but we're not done here. I accidentally run into a Pokemon in Mount Moon Bottom Floor 1, and it's a Torkoal, who is huge defensively and can never be crit with its Shell Armor ability. We also hatch a Scyther from the Hisuian egg in Cerulean, giving us the opportunity to have either a Cleaver or a Scizor. Now, for the first time, we actually end up losing our Gyarados to the Nugget Bridge rivals Eevee, who I sort of forgot had Last Resort. Misty in the books, deathless, we make it back to Camper Jeff. We eat the play rough. Oh, T-Fang? At -1. Oh my god, you got the para, you dick. Nidoking, you're fine, right? No burns. You're kidding me. Don't burn me, though, please. Bro! And in the biggest roller coaster of my life, we squeak past him with 0. Count them. 0 deaths. All without the fiery body of feet on our side. Yo, that battle was an absolute slobber knocker. We do the double battle skip on the SSN and fight Brendan, who with a 1 in 8 chance gets a critical hit Leaf Blade on my Cloyster switch in, throwing our strategy out the window. Once again past Tucker, and the easiest surge of all time, we're on pace for a run better than the last. Flawless surge. That felt good. That felt good because we get a bunch of awesome mons now. And that's the truth. Jellicent's on deck, we encounter a Turtonator in the den, who's even bulkier than Torkoal with its access to Dauntless Shield. And on Route 9, this happens against Picnicker Alicia. We also get an Alolan Geodude in Rock Tunnel, who I'm very excited to use. Dana proves to be a little bit of a problem, as her Clawitzer, who normally gets walled by Azumarill. Alright, just Water Pulse, good. Don't get the confusion, that would be so annoying. Alright, yep. Yep. Is able to get Azumarill confused twice and have it hit itself 2 times before coming to its senses. This puts us in a position where to win the battle, we end up sacking our own Clawitzer for momentum against Rabombi. Sad that it happens that way, but Clawitzer wasn't providing huge value anyways. Herman rolls over to a combination of Golduck and Nidoking, and Aiden, though really dicey, only ends up killing our Mightyena. Back to Celadon in back-to-back attempts, and with the best encounters we've ever had. Our starters this time around were kind of bad, all things considered, but we steamroll Erica with some intense prep and a lot of defensive fire and steel types. After Erica, we get the egg that contains a Savinian form of a Pokemon. Erica's looking through her back window, watching me just run back and forth about to hatch my Sevi Feebas. And wouldn't you know it, oh yeah, baby! Oh yeah, baby! Another chance for a Game Corner Pokemon. Another round where anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. It's marbles, folks. There are 14 Pokemon here. It's Jangmo-O. Beldum in second place. We have a full box of some great Pokemon.
and instead of going for U-turn and reliving our last run's failure to Bugsy, we proceed forward with Rocket Hideout into another insanely tough fight. This Rocket Grunt double battle right in front of Giovanni is unforgiving. In my hour of prep for this one battle, I neglected to think about neutralizing gas, which completely dismantled my strategy from turn 1, not allowing us to set up our screen before a huge double edge from slacking comes our way. We lose Turtonator for this exact reason, forgetting that Dauntless Shield will not proc since, again, Weezing has neutralizing gas. It's incredibly frustrating to have one small detail matter so much when there's so much to keep in mind, especially with double battles where almost anything can happen. But as it turns out, neutralizing gas does not neutralize Parental Bond, and honestly, this is the only reason why we stood any chance in this battle to begin with.
What? No! Oh, Parental Bond. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. You're telling me neutralizing gas neutralizes some abilities? Absolute. It's so dumb, bro.
That, and the fact that Infernape is able to clean things up nicely after Weezing is gone. We take down the second Rocket Grunt mini-boss with no problem, using mostly our Galarian Darmanitan in Zen mode. Giovanni. We implement a common strategy, using a specific moveset and ability on Golduck in order to net 3 KOs right off the bat. Now unfortunately, once Silvally Ghost hit the field and chunked Scizor for as much as it did with its multi-attack, I knew we were in trouble. I need to get some damage onto the Silvally in order for Infernape to come in to finish it off with a Flare Blitz. Through a combined effort of Alolan Golem's return and Scizor's Bullet Punch, we're able to bring it under half health. Moment of truth.
That's perfect. All right. Thank you for rad-redding me, Silvally. That was great. Felt good. That felt good.
And just like that, attempt 20 comes to a close.
I was overwhelmed by my defeat. Yeah, you could say that lightly. Flare Blitz left him with 1 HP. And then he would have went... If he died there, we could have made it out with Scizor and Golem dead. But at least we would have made it out. Because he didn't die there, we lost the run. Truly, I don't know. We lost regular Red to Sabrina, our first attempt. And then we've been doing hardcore. I don't have the energy to just rev up this and do math for 5 hours every night. I just don't. After work, I just can't do that, man. I don't know. I haven't had a dub in a Pokemon game since, like, I don't even know. Blaze Black? Because we didn't beat Blaze Black 2. Well, Grand Coliseum, I guess. We could do a little palate cleanser. We could do, like, XG. I think XG might be fun.
After some careful consideration and a pretty in-depth conversation with my chat about my content, bringing this to YouTube, and what kinds of things I'd like to do in the future, I decided it would be best to put a pin in Radical Red Hardcore for the time being. There's so much that I want to do, and so many more opportunities out there. If I just focused on grinding Radical Red until I completed it, I'd miss out on some of the other awesome things that I want to bring to the channel. Maybe at 21K, I'll bring it back for attempt 21. Who knows? So that concludes my Pokemon Radical Red Hardcore experience. If you guys enjoyed the video and want me to try again in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. Radical Red is a ton of fun, and I highly recommend it to all of you hardcore Pokemon fans out there looking for a real challenge. Special shout out to Supercell for developing this incredibly polished game. Thanks so much for watching this video if you made it this far. Now, I'm going to roll the outro with more videos of mine you should totally check out and some social medias you should join me on. Sound good? Let's do it.